The winners and the losers from the last Grand Slam of the season, the US Open. We're also going to talk about my next segment that will be based mostly on gossip or some trending subjects about tennis. And we also, first of all, I want to start by apologizing for not being posting lately, but I had like a busy weekend, a little bit party and meeting friends, so I kind of didn't have much time. But I'm back, and before we started, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment or a question or a suggestion, whatever you want to say. I'm good. So, apology out of the way. I apologize again for not being posting the last 2 days. So I didn't also not watch many matches on the day. I saw the highlights and a little bit here and there, but the majority of the matches I didn't watch the full match. But and then after this, I will also start a new segment that we're gonna talk about all the trending news on tennis, the gossip, what's going on in the tennis world. But it's more of a gossip side or an opinion type of segment. And then we're gonna start with the winners and the losers from the US Open round 3. We had some surprises, I would say, and some not much surprise. And some were about to be a surprise, but end up not being a surprise. So on the men's side, we always like to start with the men's side. We had Sinner that beat Shapovalov in 4 sets. It was a good start from Shapovalov. Maybe not such a good start for Sinner, but Sinner, as always, can bring his best tennis when needed and then end up winning the next 3 sets. There's not much about this match, because even when you feel like Sinner lost one set because he's best of 5 sets, I think the other players don't see the finish line so close, so they still know there is a big mountain to climb, and I think then they lose a bit the focus. Then we had for me, one of the best matches of the day, which is Bublik versus Tommy Paul. Bublik is so entertaining to watch. He can do everything. He is a very smart player, and I think that was a very, very good match. It was a match in 5 sets, so that's always a good thing on the Grand Slam to have a 5-setter, because it makes things more exciting. Especially because it was 1 set apiece until the final set, and he was like alternating the momentum a little bit, so made it the match very, very enjoyable to watch. Then we had Musetti versus Cobolli. Musetti benefit from Cobolli retirement from an injury. I think also for Musetti he was winning the first 2 sets, maybe because of that. But obviously he's a fellow Italian, so I'm sure he's not happy about it. But he's happy with the outcome, I'm pretty sure. So he moves to the second week. The second week for me is when things start to be so spicy. I love the second week of a Grand Slam. Then we had the surprise of the day. For me, not so much, because I love Felix Auger-Aliassime. I like him a lot. So he beat Zverev in 4 sets. I know I don't start the channel long, but you will see throughout. I like Zverev, but I don't like Zverev game. I find him boring. I find him most of the time uninspired, most of the time just bringing the ball back, and I think this was the clear case. And I think Felix played really amazing and aggressive tennis. He kept believing on himself. There was a point that all the crowd was against him and siding with Zverev, which I also, people say that because Zverev complained about the calls, but I think also because people want to see more tennis, so they will always side with the underdog. So rarely that doesn't happen. And when it doesn't happen, usually it's because he's a player from the country where the Grand Slam is being played. But I was very proud of Felix. I think he played amazing tennis. I think he was so aggressive. I think it was very nice to see him fight. And I like Felix a lot, and I like his tennis a lot. But sometimes I feel like, here we go. Now he's gonna, I don't know, fumble and just lose like the next 2 sets, and it's over. But I think he changed his mindset. I think he also started to be more relying on the crowd. Even if he's against you or in favor, you can always feed from the crowd in any way. So I think he also did that, which was very, very nice to see. And I'm very, very, very happy. Then we had Rublev that beat Wong, also in 5 sets. Rublev, I believe he made his life a little harder than he needed, but that's very much on brand. And I think sometimes what makes him not go far on the Grand Slams is because he needs to be sometimes more clinical, and he is not. Then we had like victories. We have Munar won, and then we have the other one was Deminor that beat Altmaier, that beat Tsitsipas before. So Tsitsipas must be even more angry than he was after that match, which I will talk about on my new segment. More about the Tsitsipas situation and my opinion about it. I will also discuss a little bit of the Ostapenko and Taylor Townsend situation, and we'll talk some other gossip. Then on the women's side, we had Goff beating Fresh, which was an easy match for Goff. Goff was playing well, but I don't think Fresh threatens with the return, so I don't think that she will be very stressed about herself. So I don't think it's a real test. The real test will come now after versus Osaka. And then the Osaka match versus Kazakhina was probably one of the best matches of the day. I was especially surprised with Kazakhina that she was able to pull her serve and her shots way more aggressive than I ever saw. When I watched the second set, I was like, oh, is she acing? What happened? Now she has a serve? And I was completely shocked with Kazakhina but I think it was a good thing for her that Naomi brought that out of her, and hopefully now she will use it more, because I find like Kazakhina sometimes is like Zverev of women. It's a very non-offensive player, waiting for the error. She has good shots, she has a great forehand, but her serve was a disaster, or at least was not a disaster, but was not a weapon. And I was shocked that it was against Osaka. But I'm very impressed with Osaka. Osaka was very aggressive from beginning till end. That third set, I think Osaka played very well. Kazakhina dropped a little bit more the level. Serve was not as good as it was on the second set. But all credit to Osaka that maybe made her go back to her usual and made her more unsure. And then we had Swiatek versus Kaliskaya. I think it was shocking, the 5-1 and then the comeback, but that is a bit also Kaliskaya problem, and she's not much of a closer, or that's why she has no titles. But I think also credit to Swiatek. She didn't play her best, but she played what is necessary. And I think on her level, sometimes you don't have to bring your best, because your best is above everyone else. So if you play like a solid match or not close to your best, it's better than most players. And one of the things I was most impressed about her, and I always get, is her movement. The way she turns defense to offense, the way she gets to the ball, it looks like she always gets with time. And I was like tremendously impressed with her. Then we had Haddad Maia versus Sakari. Haddad Maia won very easy, and Sakari was very nice shaking hands, which is, I hope that she does it for herself and not be expecting everyone to do the same to her. But yeah, not surprising, Sakari is not playing that great. Haddad Maia shockingly is playing probably her best tennis from the season. I'm very happy with her. Mukova versus Noskova, 3 sets for Mukova. Mukova did well, but I think Mukova is getting herself in a lot of 3 sets. And I don't think it's going to pay off in the end, because then eventually she will get more hours than her opponents when she starts to face the top players, because those ones spend less time on court. We also have Anisimova versus Christian. Anisimova won in 3 sets. Not a great performance, but enough and solid. So there's not much else to talk about. Then we have Kostyuk, Marta versus Perry. Marta won in 3 sets. Harder match than one that she had previously, but she pushed through. And then we have Alexandrova versus Sigmund. Sigmund, the giant topper, or I don't know what to say, but she got completely destroyed. She got absolutely wrecked. And I think she plays better with big names. Not that Alexandrova is not a great player, which she is, but he's still not like a cemented big name. It will not get her so much press. it will just go under the radar. And I think Sigmund likes a lot of the high press matches, that if she beats that player, she will get a lot of her name on the newspaper more. That's all for today. It was like just a quick hit. Don't forget to like the video, please. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified every time I post something or I have an opinion to say. And see you soon. And leave us a comment. I forgot to say that. Right. Bye.